Productivity Arata. Selective attention is today's topic on our series on personal productivity. I am Seiichi Arata and I prepared for you an ebook that you can download right now by going to Arata SE ebook focus. You know those situations when you're trying to concentrate and any tiny noise bothers you. Maybe it's the people talking nearby and a street noise, or even in a library with all those rules for maintaining silence, there may be some sort of distraction that takes our focus. We idealize a situation where we are isolated from everyone so we can stay within our silent cave and have no interruption. Is that the solution to be able to focus? Well, the answer is no. Complete isolation is not necessary for those who develop selective attention. Neurologist Richard Davidson says that when we have a selective focus, the prefrontal cortex circuit is synchronized with the object in a phase lock. And then, when we are unfocused, there are several neural circuits being simultaneously activated in areas that are unrelated to what we wish to focus upon. What does that mean? Let me illustrate. When I am in a street market or in a popular bar where there are lots of people making all types of noise and loud music playing in the background, it is still possible to talk to people around me. That's because my brain can identify the specific sound stimuli that is interesting to me. This is selective attention. A policeman on the chase in the middle of a crowd can also keep this selective attention. He is focused. We need to be clear about our purpose and then learn to ignore all other stimuli that is not in line with the goal. Daniel Goleman mentions two types of distractions: sensory and emotional. Sensory distraction is, for example, anything else that is not this video that you're watching right now. Maybe some smell in the environment or even the room temperature. Of all the senses, we separate those that are relevant and then we select to ignore the rest. When something is difficult to ignore, then we call this a sensory distraction. But emotional distraction can be even more difficult to face. If the phone rings in the middle of the night and it's a family member bringing sad news, this situation can leave us shaken for days and days. It totally takes our focus. The loss of a loved one, chronic disease, the breakup of a relationship, treachery, humiliation. All these situations can leave us obsessed, unable to do anything else. In some situations, we may even need professional help. So then the mind can find ways to preserve its integrity. Otherwise, there is the risk of depression, panic, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or total collapse. Chronic anxiety starts here, the inability to change focus. You want to do a certain activity, but you cannot because you are mentally stuck, thinking about something else. In less acute situations, you are dealing with a mild type of concern that is repeatedly haunting your head and hindering your concentration. The focus course will be useful here to do this internal strengthening work so then you can become able to withstand both the emotional and sensory distractions. If you want to strengthen your resistance to distractions now, I'll share two practical tips. The first is a simplified meditation. You don't need to do anything complicated, just sit for 3 minutes, stay in the present moment. Try to imagine that you are an observer, looking at yourself, at your situation. Notice your breathing, your body temperature, the emotions you feel. And that's it. Doing only that is a great start. And the second practical tip is to download our ebook by going to Arata SE ebook focus. Cheers!